Welcome to my May garden tour. There's a lot that has changed since April 1st and it's now May 5th, and there's a lot more green in the garden than there was last month. Starting off at the front up here, I have a few containers that I'm going to fill with flowers. So I already have hydrangeas up here in the middle. I have 2 delphiniums on the end, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the black containers yet, but basically this is the view I see from inside, so I want this to be the prettiest view. In the largest raised bed in the middle, the plan for this is just to have a bunch of flowers, some that I can cut, some that just look pretty. So I have Super Tunia Bubblegum Vista on the outside that's going to trail down. This is Super Bell, I think, Black Cherry. I have zinnias already in there, and then I have a few more seedlings that I'm going to plant in here after I harden them off. Speaking of, here are my seedlings. Over here at the table, I just have a pot full of daisies. And next to the middle raised bed is my herb rack. So I have 6 different herbs right now. I'll definitely be getting more, which means I'll need to buy more containers. On the bottom of the shelf, I have 2 lettuce plants. Coming over here, this is what I consider to be my berry patch. So I have 2 blueberry plants here. The one on the left is about 7 years old. The one on the right is just a year old. I have a strawberry plant that I just picked up this year, and then a raspberry plant that I got last year as well. In the raised bed behind the berries, I had radishes on the left that I just harvested yesterday, some onions up front that I'm growing for the greens, and then I still have radishes that are a bit larger variety on this side of the bed that I'll harvest probably in the next week or so. The plan for this bed, once all the radishes are gone, is to grow some more flowers. I think it'll be a really pretty view having this bed filled with flowers and looking over into the trees. Swinging around to the right, this is where basically all of my grow bags are. I have some random marigolds up here, a hydrangea that I'm still trying to figure out if it is dead or not. So it had leaves on it this time last year. Nothing yet this year, but I do see a bud down there with some green on it, so fingers crossed. Behind the hydrangea, I have 2 onion plants on the left, 2 bags of garlic on the right. Then swinging around here, this first bag is empty. I have a pepper and tomato plant. I'll probably cover each of these at night while we still have a few nights in the 40s, just so I don't kill them. Down here I have 2 okra plants. I planted some seeds for miniature watermelons. The 2 large brown containers, I've also sowed some rhubarb seeds. And then I have a bunch of melon seedlings over here that I have, oh, that one just fell off, that I have water bottles on that I've cut up just to use as miniature greenhouses while it's still a little bit cooler. This bed, the plan is to again have some Super Tunias trailing over the edge, and then have 1 cantaloupe plant here and a honeydew plant over here. On the south facing side of the deck garden, on each side of this raised bed, I've essentially kind of duplicated what I have. So I have this box of sweet peas to grow up the trellis. I have a dahlia plant on the left, some sunflower seedlings that I just planted a few weeks ago on the right. Here are my 2 broccoli plants, my lemon tree that's trying to decide if it's going to die or not, and then a grape plant. And I've never grown grapes before. I just got this last year on a whim, Googled how do I grow grapes, and I'm hoping that I'll have some success. This final raised bed, I have snap peas up front with a trellis system that's not very supportive, but I'm using what I have on hand. And behind it, I have more sweet peas, 2 more trellises, and then like I mentioned on this side, I'm basically duplicating what I have on the other side of the raised bed. I do have an additional sunflower plant here, again a sunflower and dahlia, and some sweet peas. So this is a look at the May garden, early May. I can already tell things are changing rapidly, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in the beginning of June. See you next month.